to the case of the Women of Honour as well, Taoiseach, if I can. The Women of Honour have been battling for justice in relation to their experience in the armed forces for a number of years, not just in recent times, but their particular case has become centre stage due to the work of the Katie Hannon documentary a number of months ago. Their allegations are around sexual abuse, bullying and discrimination, and that the state has stood idly by in relation to these actions. But not only that, the key issue has been that there's been a systemic battle against these women in their efforts for justice, that their own careers have been held back for decades within the armed forces as a result of those women standing up for themselves. And it is an incredible thing that we have an armed forces where people suffered these crimes first and foremost, but secondly, when they actually fight those crimes, that they are actually then identified and pushed out of the armed forces over a period of time. They were promised an independent external investigation. They were promised that they would be able to add into the terms of reference. That has been refused to them. Minister Coveney has only met them the once since this crisis broke a number of months ago. Will you ensure that there is an independent external investigation and that these women themselves feed into the terms of reference that govern that?
If crimes are committed, and you did mention, and I think you are saying crimes are committed, and crimes need to be investigated, and crimes in the first instance have to be investigated by the Garda Síochána. And any abuse of women clearly is a crime and needs to be investigated in the first instance and referred to the Gardaí. The challenge then is how do we get a proper review of this and get this dealt with. No, I'm just making the point, get this dealt with without undermining any investigation by the Gardaí. That's the problem and the challenge I think the Minister may be grappling with. But again, I will talk to the Minister again in relation to this, but I think we need to be clear that we have the clear lines of if you like, demarcation between different types of reviews. There's no question here this needs to be addressed as an issue.